If you want to hear all about this new Rebecca Page pattern release and a very easy sew, then please stay tuned. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to those who are new to the channel. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Consider thumbsing up this video and don't forget to share it out, and also leave a comment and let me know what you think. So I am coming in today, as many of you know who follow my channel, you know that I am a brand ambassador for Rebecca Page Patterns. And so yeah, there is a new pattern release, and so I want to come in and share it with you. If you've seen, and I'll probably pop it up here, if you've seen, you're already on the Rebecca Page list, you've already seen like a little photo of those who've tested it, or well, not tested it, sewn it up, and posted pictures and everything. So yeah, this is such a easy sew, so super easy. I think I had mentioned to you all that there was a couple pattern releases coming up, and so this is one of them. There's a couple others that I'm working on that are really good. So this one, yeah, is kicking off some really good pattern releases. So let me go ahead and jump into it. This particular pattern, and before I forget, by the time you see this video, I should have already posted the video where I'm wearing this top. This is I did a collaboration with Rochelle by Rochelle Handmade Designs. I'll leave a link up to it in the iCard, and what I'm wearing linked down in the description box. But this is actually the Love Notions title top. I've already done a review and video on this, but this went with a skirt that I just did, the Simplicity 9123. So make sure if you missed that video, you go check that out. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. So there is a new pattern from Rebecca Page Patterns, as I mentioned earlier. Let me pull up some of the details, because this one is a new pattern. It's a perfect summer wardrobe staple. It really is super easy to put together. Took no time at all. I will say overall, just out the gate, it took me an hour and a half to sew this up. It was not hard at all. And I did make a correction on my dress, and I'll talk about that here in a moment. But let me just go over the specifics for the dress. Like I said, it's very beginner friendly, so make sure, you know, grab this one if you're looking for something super quick, easy to put together. There are different versions of this. You do have the tunic version, you have the knee length dress version, which is the version I did. You do have the maxi length, you have the 3/4 length, and then you have the romper version. And so you'll see, I want to say in some of the if you go out and follow the Rebecca Page RP feed, you'll see different versions. You'll see if you go to Rebecca Page Patterns, you'll see all of these different versions posted. And so like I said, I decided to do the knee length version. Now as a brand ambassador, you can choose what pattern you want to do that's getting ready to either be re-released or released for the first time. And so when I saw this, I was like, that is so cute. My only worry with this, before I decided this was the one I was gonna do, is the back. So the back of the dress has that straight across, and I was like, how low is that? You know, you never know if you have to adjust it to make it higher, or you know, those types of things. And so I said, because I don't do straight across in the front, which is that's not a particular option on here, but you can make that adjustment if you're not for like a scoop or v-neck, and I like scoop and v-necks, you all know that. But for those who don't know, you all know I've long said that Rebecca Page Patterns is a size inclusive pattern company. For the past, what, several years I've been talking about it. But they have been updating and releasing their new patterns with their Curvy line. Now the Curvy line goes from a size 6C up to a size 15C. So what sizing is that? So that means for a bust, you are going to be looking at a 44-inch bust starting and going up to the 15C goes up to a 76. So yes, you are size inclusive. The waist for a 6C starts at a 36-inch and goes up to a 71-inch, and then your hip starts at a 6C of 48 and goes up to a 80. And so when I say size inclusive, I truly mean size inclusive. Now, the curvy pattern, the curvy range, because it does start, the first set of sizing starts from a size 1 through 10. The 1 through 10 is a, just for those who are wondering, it starts at a 31-inch bust and goes up to a 54-inch bust. So you do have the size 1 through 10. Some of that sizing does overlap with that that curvy range sizing. However, with the curvy range sizing, you're getting the drafting of those pattern pieces. The drafting is slightly different to accommodate obviously more curvy type bodies, and different things of that nature. Plus, with the curvy range, you do have the it is drafted for an E cup, and according to Rebecca Page Patterns, the E cup is drafted for is similar to ready to wear D cup. So just keep all of that in mind when you're looking at this particular pattern. Another thing you want to keep in mind too is this one, if I did mention already, this is made for knit. So you can use a 4-way stretch knit or a 2-way stretch knit. I usually don't say 4-way. I know people do this and do that, and that's 4-way. To me, 2-way, that's how I look at it. You know, that's fine. But anyway, and so yeah, so if you feel like, you all know I don't do muslins on knit garments, especially for something like this. It will have to be something that might be a little bit more intricate for me to consider doing a muslin first. But usually, and because I'm so familiar with Rebecca Page Patterns, I pretty much know how to wear on her patterns, to grade and size out and different things of that nature. So while in the instructions there is a recommendation on if you need to do a bust adjustment, small or a full bust adjustment, or if you want to make a muslin, what pieces to kind of sew for that. I typically do not do muslins for knit garments. So that is something that you also want to keep in mind. And so, and before I jump into it, make sure, again, if you have not subscribed, do subscribe, because on Wednesday's video, coming up after this, you will have a, I will have actually for you the pattern that I chose for my closing dress. Y'all, the votes, a couple of them were truly neck and neck. So coming up on Wednesday, you will have that video sharing with you the dress that I chose. Okay, so make sure you stay tuned. Anyway, back to the pattern. So like I said, it took me about an hour and a half to do. And the size that I made, again, because I'm very familiar with Rebecca Page Patterns and everything like that. And when I looked at the finished garment measurements for this particular pattern, because the bust area is a little bit more fitted. So make sure you're paying attention to the finished garment measurements so you fall into the right area. I decided to start with, at the top, a 6C. And then I graded out at the waist. I stayed a 6C all the way to the waist, and then I graded out to a 7C at the waist all the way down, just so I would have a comfortable fit. That for me absolutely worked perfectly. perfect, perfect, perfect. And so so far as, let me go over the instructions real quick. These instructions are so super easy. There is nothing in here that's complicated. I will say the instructions do suggest as an option, you don't have to, in the straps to add elastic to add some stability. Actually, let me show you mine. In here you can add some elastic. Here in the front you can add elastic just to add some stability, and also in the back. I only added elastic in the back, so I will show you that here in the moment. Usually you all know how I do. I write down notes as I'm going through patterns and sewing things up, just in case there's something in particular I wanted to share or talk about for the pattern. And there is only one area. It's nothing significant, but it is something that because our photos and comments and everything were due by a certain date, that I did mention when I submitted my photos. So let me show you, and I'm gonna pop up pictures because you won't get the full effect here. But here is my dress, and yes, I do love it. I do love it. And do you recognize this fabric? This is my bespoke fabric. This is BHM Pattern Designers. If you all have been following since then, you all know that I purchased this fabric to make another garment during BHM Pattern Designers, but I didn't have enough time, so I didn't get a chance to use the fabric. And it actually worked out, because when I knew I was going to make this dress, I was like, this fabric would be absolutely phenomenal in this romper dress. And it turned out love. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. And so a couple of key features I do want to share with you is that the bodice is fully lined. So you have a fully lined bodice, and I'll turn it inside out here in a moment, but it's a fully lined bodice. It is you do add elastic around the waistline, but you're sewing the elastic along the seam line, along the top where you attach the bodice and the skirt pieces together. And so I like the way that fit, because you all know I can get real picky about elastic around my waist, how it's gonna look and everything. I don't like anything, you know, too sucked in, and then I don't want anything overly loose where you can tell that should be sucked in a little bit. This worked. This was a happy balance for me. Also with the one of the things that you do, of course, when you're adding any strap, usually I see this in every pattern, but you don't attach the straps finally into the garment to the back until you know you like the way it fits, and because sometimes straps can be too long or too, well, hopefully it's not too short, but but yeah, for me sometimes they can be too long, but I thought this strap length was fine on me, which is kind of rare because usually I always have to shorten a strap. But like I said, it is fully lined. With the dress, I'm sorry, you see here you have the curved hem. There's a curved hem for the front and back skirt pieces. So here's where I had a little bit of a boo-boo. So when I initially made it, the instructions, when it gets to the part where you're doing the hem and attaching, putting the hem together of the skirt, it's about 2 pages later that tells you about sewing this up. But when you get to the section that's talking about sewing the hem, you pretty much done. And so for me, I didn't keep reading because I saw, oh, okay, I'll be done once I do this curved hem and I attach this together. It's over. Should have kept reading 2 pages over. That was my suggestion, was that the part that tells you to sew, because I did not. When I attached this, the skirt to the bodice, I had not sewn the side down because I did the skirt, right? And so when I finished it, all of this was open up to the top. And I was like, that is a deep you know, slit on the side. We can't do that because my thigh was showing. I had on a slip. The slip was showing. I was like, no, this can't be right. So what I did was I stitched down here at the bottom, because you overlap for the curvy range by 2 inches. I want to say it's 2 inches. And so I figure, oh, since it's overlapped, and if I stitch it down here at the bottom, it's not going to fly open. I decided to wear this all day. The day I went ahead, since I was out, I took pictures and everything, and then I just ran a bunch of errands because it was hot. It's still hot. How y'all handling this heat, by the way? I tell you, when I'm around the house, it is nothing but a tank top and some shorts. It's just hot. I just want to be cool. But anyway, I digress. That did not work, you guys. And so and it's funny because when I posted in the group about, you know, the whole high, is the slit meant to be this high on both sides, and someone left me a comment that no, it's later on in the pattern it tells you to sew from the top down, you know, down here. And so for me, that was the suggestion I made. Well, don't wait 2 more pages when pretty much you're done with it at that point to say that. And so what I did was I went back in and I just heat bonded close. I don't know if you can tell, but it's overlapped by that it's either 1.5 inches or 2 inches, I can't remember. And I just heat bonded so it's not gonna come open anymore. And then, you know, you have the curved hem, and then the as you can tell there. So, and I did that on both sides. And so yeah, that was my error, y'all. And then the other thing that other thing I wished about the pattern is that the straps were just ever so slightly a little wider, because I found my bra straps showing, and so peeking out on the sides. And so in the future, what I would do, and you can make this adjustment easily on the pattern, is really just extending this part out some to about how thick you want your strap to be, and then you just make the strap piece correspondingly wider. So when you fold it, you know, that little bit of extra room you might need, or extra coverage, you can do that. And so yeah, this is the inside of it. It's completely serged on the inside. And yeah, you can see on the sides where, well, you can't see where I heat bond everything closed, but it's closed, completely serged. Beautiful. I love the curved hem. The back, now the back, I did add elastic into that straight back piece, just because I want to make, I know for me up in here, I tend to be narrow, and so I figure, you know what, the front I should be fine with, but that back, I didn't want it to be floppy by not adding any elastic. So, and I just ever so slightly stretched it. As you can tell, it's just ever so slightly stretched as I was applying it, not a lot. And if you're comfortable, you can stretch it more so it hugs more in the back. But that was just ever so slightly enough for me. I think I should show in the video, you can see my bra strap. And so that's why I say the straps for me need to be probably twice as wide, I would say. I think I will feel comfortable with, because if you can tell in that video, and if it's not in the video clip, I can't remember, then I'll pop up a picture that shows ever so slightly that my bra strap is showing in the back and in the front a little bit. But with I think with the design of the fabric, you can't really tell as much in the front, but you can definitely, I think you can tell in the back. So that is it, everybody. That is my review of the Rebecca Page new pattern release, the Cami dress and romper. I will leave a link down below so you can check it out. Remember, it is an affiliate link. For those who are not aware, it is an affiliate link as a brand ambassador. And if you are interested in this fabric, it's available. You can go over to my website and look at all of the other fabrics that I have that was designed and released this year, plus the ones that was released last year, and you can purchase them through Spoonflower. So yeah, I absolutely, oh, did I tell you this was a knit? I think, yeah, I did. I mentioned this was a knit. So this was the knit I purchased from Spoonflower. So I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. So definitely let me know what you all think of the dress, what you think of the fabric choice for the dress, all of that. And if you plan on grabbing the pattern, definitely let me know. If you don't mind, use my link down below. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in today. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comment section. I will get to them as soon as I can. I know I've been a little delayed in getting to comments. Take me almost a week now to get to them, but I will respond to all of any comments that are left down in the comment section. So make sure you click on the drop down in the description box to get the link to the pattern and a link on my website where you can look at all of the fabric, and head on over to Spoonflower and purchase you some. All right everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today, and we will see you on Wednesday. Bye.